truly sleep is something that you have a lot of control over. I'm going to go over the top 3 things today that are going to probably be affecting your sleep and how you can fix those things. What's up, everybody? It is Coach Paul here from Rise Above here in Shorewood, and I am here to teach you all about the best supplement in the world that no one likes to talk about, which is sleep. Now, the reason I say sleep is the best supplement is because sleep seems to be one of those things that as time goes on and our world develops, sleep seems to be put on the back burner a lot of the time. But what we have to remember from a fitness, health, and wellness standpoint is that sleep is king. When it comes to the hierarchy of things that are important, we here at Rise Above put sleep as number 1. And truly, if you don't, I don't know if you should be taking advice from that person. And here's why. It seems that when sleep eludes us on a daily basis, it causes us to stress out about everything. And then other bad things start to happen, like we make poor food choices. Or maybe when we go to work out, our intensity isn't where we need it to be. So in my eyes, when sleep suffers, everything suffers. So that's why we always, with our clients here, sleep is going to be king. Now, sleep is pretty complicated. Like, why can't I sleep? And a lot of people like to blame it on a wandering brain and stuff like that. But truly, sleep is something that you have a lot of control over. I'm going to go over the top 3 things today that are going to probably be affecting your sleep and how you can fix those things. Whenever we're working with our clients here, we always look at 3 major areas when someone's sleep isn't super great. And what you can kind of, for yourself, if you're not sure if you're getting good sleep, if you are waking up in the middle of the night, interrupted sleep, if you are waking up and you're still tired, that could usually be a sign of bad sleep, or maybe just insomnia altogether. You can't fall asleep at night. So the first 3 things that we look at with any of our clients here are the following. So the first one is going to be you watched screens too close to bedtime. So let me explain this one very quickly. When the sun comes up, we basically have this light that is emitted into our eyes that basically makes it so that our melatonin production, or if you're not familiar with melatonin, it's the sleep hormone, it makes our melatonin productions go down. So what that means is we are not nocturnal animals. Humans were meant to rise with the sun and sleep with the moon. So we have a response in our hormones when our eyes receive the same light from the sun. Now, here's the hard part, is that your cell phone screens, whether it's your TV, your computer, or your cell phone, that actually emits the same light as the sun and can cause the same melatonin drop literally right before you go to bed. So whenever you're surfing the internet, on Instagram, on Facebook, minutes before you go to sleep, you're actually not doing yourself any favors for your sleep in the next few hours. So the next thing that can really affect your sleep would be eating too close to bedtime. Now, this rumor, I think, kind of started a different rumor, which was don't eat after 8 o'clock at night, which is the whole, you'll gain weight if you eat too close to bed. That's not even true, by the way. That's just something that I think that stemmed from this. The reason that they don't want you to eat about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime has nothing to do with weight gain specifically, and it has everything to do with the quality of your sleep. When you eat food, it causes your digestion to start to kick on, which makes you more of an active person. So naturally, when you eat food, you gain energy, and if you're gaining a bunch of energy right before you go to bed, you probably won't have too good of a time sleeping. The last one, you drink caffeine, tea, or coffee on a daily basis. So if you are guilty of having your daily cup of coffee, an energy drink, or some sort of tea that has caffeine in it, I hate to be the one to tell you, but you are addicted to caffeine. And just because you don't feel the caffeine doesn't mean that the caffeine isn't still in your system and affecting you on a daily basis. You have to remember, caffeine is a drug just like tobacco or any other drug. You can get addicted to it, especially if you are using it on a daily basis. If you think about what caffeine does, it gives you a little bit of energy. Well, if it prevents that whole tiredness and gives you energy and you are using it on a daily basis, it is possible that your hormones have been totally rewired in a way that is not helping your sleep whatsoever. So your sleep is shit, and you may have had all three of those where I'm eating, I drink caffeine on a daily basis, and I watch TV. I would say that you probably want to address all of those issues if you can, but I am also here to help you. I don't want to just make you feel bad for being a bad sleeper, because there's always ways to improve what you're doing. There's always a reason that you're not sleeping well. It's very rarely just because it's you as an individual. So let me give you my tips on how to increase your sleep so that you can start pushing it harder in the gym and making better food choices on a daily basis. So let's go ahead and talk about the first one. No food 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Based off of my last couple of minutes here, pretty self-explanatory. Basically what you're doing is you're just making sure that you're getting all the food that you need to in about 2 to 3 hours before you need to go to bed, so that you have plenty of time to digest and obviously go to bed more on an empty stomach. Limit caffeine to 2 to 3 times per week. Now, if this is you and you are a coffee, caffeine drinker or tea drinker on a daily basis, I don't typically recommend cold turkey. I usually recommend the wean-off strategy. Obviously, there's a bunch of different ways that you can do that, but just be careful with this one, because if you are addicted to caffeine, you might have some withdrawal side effects. Don't get suckered back into that. You're gonna be tired for a little bit, but I promise when your sleep gets better, you'll feel better. No screens about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, which I know in today's day and age is almost literally impossible. So a different suggestion, nowadays there's technology that basically is like blue blocking, they call it blue light blocking glasses, which basically take the light from your screen and it eliminates the bad light that basically doesn't make you sleep super well. But you just have to make sure that they are nighttime blue blockers. They do make daytime blue blockers, which are for screens, which are for eye strain, which is a different thing. If you're looking to improve your sleep, just make sure they are nighttime blue blockers. The last one would be to create a routine that gets you into the bedtime mindset. If you're familiar with Pavlov's dogs, you can condition your body to do anything. So if you're wanting to make your body be tired for bed, you have to set yourself up for something like that. When it comes to flipping a switch to go to bed, it doesn't really quite work like that. I usually explain to people that you want to think of going to sleep as more like a dimmer switch. You are an active person and you need to slowly ease yourself into a more relaxed state. So a bedtime routine could involve, reading a book by candlelight, or even potentially taking a bath. It really just depends on what works best for you in your lifestyle. Again, this is Coach Paul from Rise Above. I hope all of these tips and tricks will help you sleep better, and you will start to see better improvements in your health, wellness, and even in your fitness and in your performance.